Supernatural, what the Bible teaches about the unseen world, and why it matters, by Michael S. Heiser. Narrated by Gordon Greenhill. Acknowledgements. Since Supernatural is based on my book, The Unseen Realm, the thoughts expressed in the acknowledgements to that book are fitting here, albeit in abbreviated form. Thanks are due to the online discussion group created soon after I decided that the divine counsel and the unseen world of biblical theology would be the focal points of my academic career. Not surprisingly, I called it the Divine Counsel Study Group. The DCSG disbanded in 2004 after I graduated from my doctoral program and started work at Logos Bible Software, but the exercise helped prepare me for writing both books. The Unseen Realm began as a manuscript entitled The Myth That Is True, that I produced for interested followers of website content and my novel, The Facade. Much of that material appeared first in a newsletter and later a blog, the idea being to make myself accountable to produce something each month. The first full draft of The Myth Book, as it came to be called, was finished in 2012. The manuscript improved in the wake of reader feedback. Specific contributors are listed in the acknowledgments to The Unseen Realm. The major forces behind the publication of The Unseen Realm, and therefore Supernatural, were three executives at Faith Life Corporation, Logos Bible Software: Bob Pritchett, Dale Pritchett, and Bill Nienhuis. Not only did they succeed in taking my manuscript to the next level, but they foresaw the need for a distilled version of its content. Supernatural is therefore a product of their vision. Dave Lambert, my editor for The Unseen Realm, also edited Supernatural. The benefit of his expertise and experience can be found on every page. He kept the person in the pew in my head. Finally, I am grateful to my wife, Drenna. She makes everything I do possible. Chapter 1. Believing the Bible. Do you really believe what the Bible says? To some, that may seem like an odd question to ask in a book likely to be read mostly by Christians. But I don't think it's so odd. The Bible has some pretty strange things in it, things that are hard to believe, especially in the modern world. I'm not talking about the big stuff, such as whether Jesus was God come to earth, who then died on the cross and rose from the dead. I'm not even thinking of miracle stories like the Exodus, when God rescued Israel from Egypt by making a way for them through the Red Sea. Most Christians would say they believe those things. After all, if you don't believe in God and Jesus, or that they could do miraculous things, what's the point of saying you're a Christian? I'm talking about the little-known supernatural stuff you run into occasionally when reading the Bible, but rarely hear about in church. Here's an example. In 1 Kings 22, there's a story about a wicked king of Israel, Ahab. He wants to join forces with the king of Judah to attack an enemy at a place called Ramoth-Gilead. Judah's king wants a glimpse into the future. He wants to know what's going to happen if they attack. So the two kings ask Ahab's prophets and get thumbs up all around. But those prophets are just telling Ahab what he wants to hear, and both kings know it. So they decide to ask God's prophet, a fellow named Micaiah. What he says isn't good news for Ahab. Therefore, hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing beside him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who will entice Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth-Gilead? And one said one thing, and another said another. Then a spirit came forward and stood before the Lord, saying, I will entice him. And the Lord said to him, By what means? And he said, I will go out, and will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, You are to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?